Anambra is one of the leading states in Nigeria, immensely rich in human and material resources. Anambra is home to some of the most prominent Africans. It is rich in crude oil, natural gas, bauxite, and ceramic. Anambra is 4,844 square kilometers of arable land populated by some of Black Africa's most entrepreneurial minds. But the flip side of the story is that Anambra is home to over 950 geo-reference gully erosion sites and is probably the most ecologically devastated location in West Africa.
We used to be the second smallest state in Nigeria, 4,822 square kilometers. But today, we are the smallest because Lagos, that used to be the smallest, is growing into the Atlantic Ocean, while Anambra is shrinking from erosion. Massive erosions that we have, because of the alluvial nature of the soil here and the looseness of the soil.
And that is why His Excellency has said that he would actually like the federal government to declare emergency in Anambra on erosion. And I think Anambra has the greatest need than any other state in the Federation when it comes to erosion.
This grim reality has led to repeated calls by the governor of Anambra State, Chief Willie Obiano, for Anambra to be declared an ecologically endangered state. But the menace of gully erosion is a story of man and his environment. It is therefore a story that the World Bank, with its partners and the federal government, have both demonstrated a great concern and empathy for. Their collective concern for the menace of gully erosion led to the formation of the Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project, Newmap.
Newmap is a project under the Ministry of Environment. And we a tripartite arrangement between the state government, the federal government, as well as the World Bank and the funding partners. Of course, there are two other funding partners: the Special Climate Change Fund and the Global Environment Facility. Newmap as a project, provides a very real-life experience for anyone who is involved, at a stakeholder level.
The idea behind the formation of Newmap is to have a more organized and sustainable fight back against the menace of gully erosion and the frightening devastation of our ecology by reclaiming damaged areas and resuscitating them through bioremediation and through holistic watershed management approach.
Newmap came with a system that looks at the causes as well as look at the effects of these man-made activities, including even the natural factors such as climate change, and integrated the whole of this on a case-by-case basis for each gully system.
Following Governor Obiano's desire to see immediate progress in the campaign to push back the ravages of gully erosion in Anambra State, the state chapter of Newmap was inaugurated on June 26, 2014.
Let me assure you all that my administration will work with all the partners and stakeholders to realize the aspirations of the Newmap as conceived and stands. And therefore, at this juncture, I request our traditional rulers, the President Generals of the town unions, the women leaders, and other major stakeholders in our rural communities, and indeed the general public, to carry the message of erosion control to your various domains. You owe us a duty to help sensitize and educate our people on the best environmental practices that will help checkmate and reduce conditions that can trigger erosion.
The governor's power entry in the race to save Anambra from the devastation of gully erosion led to the opening of a project management unit and the down payment of the sum of 500 million naira, with an additional 500 million naira, making it a total of 1 billion naira as counterpart funding for immediate takeoff of the campaign against gully erosion in the state.
Anambra State will also stand as a special case because this is the state that first, at the beginning of the project, made a commitment of providing 1 billion naira as counterpart fund. In fact, the bank had to ask the state governor to just take it slowly because as at that time, the project had not advanced.
The relationship is one where Anambra State has fully played its part in terms of counterpart funding. The state government has been very gracious, providing a 1 billion naira worth of counterpart funding for Newmap to be able to draw money from this purse. And also, the state government is providing facilities in terms of staffing as well as the accommodation, and that's the office space that we use to do what we do here in Newmap.
While there are enough gully erosion sites to keep Newmap busy for many years, the agency project has intervened tremendously in 13 sites across the state, having paid a whopping sum of over 327 million naira in compensation to about 950 project-affected persons as part of its Resettlement Action Plan, RAP. The sites include the St. Thomas Aquinas / Nero Plaza, Oka, the Amachala site, Oka, the New Heritage / Omoba site, Onitsha, the Uropala Umudunu site, Abagana. These are the first set of sites at different levels of completion. Others are the Ekweme Square / Federal Secretariat Complex, Oka, the Ogamuma site in Obosi, the Kengogidi site, the Enuguku site, the Abidi Umuoji site, the Mpo flyover, the Nnewichi site, the Ojoto site, and the Ire-Obosi site.
In terms of scope and number, we have intervened in 14 sites across Anambra State in the neighborhood of about 3-4 kilometers long and 20 meters deep. And so of the 14 sites, 2 have been completed. 12 of them are in various stages of completion, and there's active work going on at all 12 simultaneously.
Anambra State also did something that is now being copied by many states by using its own resources to commit to the design of additional sites, of which it was able to do and successfully design more than 8 sites. Of these 8 sites, 4 have already been awarded and the rest are also getting ready.
Newmap makes use of a holistic watershed management approach. This involves the use of a combination of quality civil engineering structure and innovative flexible materials that comprises the use of gabion basket, Reno mattress, and bioremediation, which is the use of vegetative measures to complement the civil work in treated gully areas as part of enhancing regeneration.
Some people describe the accomplishment of Newmap as miraculous, but it is a product of collective effort that brings to bear the best of engineering designs and practices, the best of bioremediation measures, afforestation, community vigilance, ownership and participation, and a highly mobile, highly motivated project implementation team, and of course with the visionary leadership and ownership of the state government.
For the residents of Oka who live around St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Church, nothing quite compares to the experience of living a breath away from the massive gully, which is about 8 meters deep and 122 meters in length, that erosion had dug in their beloved neighborhood. Today, the once frightening sight looks totally different. After a massive reconstruction job at Newmap, there is not the slightest indication that the site was once a location that only the strong-hearted could look at without flinching. And what's more, Newmap has also constructed a solid access road with proper drainage through the community to restore its faded urban appeal.
Before the intervention, we were living what one would call a borrowed life, sleeping with one eye open, because during the rains, there is no way you can really sleep or feel comfortable, because you would always remember that the erosion is ticking and coming, inching forward to your place of abode. Then by the time His Excellency Obiano came, work began in earnest. And you can see the success story today everybody, all these people have reclaimed their land and are building now. You can see the place is so wonderful, like Obodoibo, I would say.
It was actually a terrible experience for the community. You can see this road, it wasn't motorable prior to the advent of a Newmap project. But after the erosion side, they now constructed it and then asphalted it like this. As you can see, you can move smoothly. In fact, this is one intervention too many.
In Amachala village of Oka, the experience was far more horrific. A huge, terrifying gully had swallowed up the road and was on the verge of dunking down the nearby building when Newmap appeared on the scene.
Newmap tried a lot, and World Bank tried a lot to our village, so we are very grateful.
It was really a horrific sight. Here we are standing is just the center of the whole problem, of the whole gully. I just thank God for Newmap with World Bank, because if they hadn't assisted, I don't think this could have happened. And if the state government hadn't, cooperated, I feel like rolling. So when I see people, they want to do something that is not good, wow, what God did for us, I will always remain grateful. I'm so happy. I can now sleep. When rain is falling, I'm no longer afraid. Because I know that this place is secured.
Interestingly, the story is not any different at the historic town of Abagana in Ijikoka local government area of Anambra State, where the serene Urobala Umuduno village is slowly recovering from the ravages of gully erosion. A deep gully had gradually emerged from the earth and split the community into two. There were serious worries among the people, and some members of the community wondered which god they may have offended. But when Newmap showed up, the members of the community knew that the storm was over.
Abagana community use this privilege through you, who we are seeing here, to convey our heartfelt gratitude, joy to our governor for continuing with this project. 2 years ago, if you come here, you will pity us because the former contractor messed the entire place up. We thought you people will abandon us, but you didn't. We felt happy you people showed concern by bringing a more competent contractor who is now doing a very good work. The community, we are very happy. As you rightly said, you can see this culvert now. Our brothers the other way, we are now able to move to communicate.
So part of Newmap's mandate under Governor Obiano is to reconnect families and communities that have been really impacted adversely by erosion. Now, in the background, you can see that what we call the slope stabilization progress has actually been achieved. It's a combination of a structural intervention as well as bioremediation using deep-rooted vetiver plants to be able to hold the soil together.
As could be seen from the rush of agro-allied businesses in the vicinity, most of the people who had suffered one type of setback or another on account of the erosion were adequately compensated and given a lifeline to refocus their lives and earn a dignified living.
It has helped us a lot, and I'm happy and we are grateful to our action governor, for what he has been doing for us.
Ha try ha nyechala anyị ego. Ha nyela anyị ego, ọsọ ego ha mesịrị anyị ụmụ ihe, that is anyị na-azụ, onwe ndị na-azụ ọkụkọ, onwe ndị na-azụ ihe dị iche iche. Ha sikwa n'ụzọ anyị kwala anyị ka ọ ma stove. Ha na-enyela anyị aka n'ụdị dị iche iche. Ọ dịzị nka nọ n'enigwe kịta.
At Mpo erosion site, the large crater that emerged between buildings nearly sank a 3-story building. The agony of running away from one's own home to become a tenant elsewhere is not one that many people can put up with. But the owner of this building had no option. But the story has since changed with the intervention of Newmap.
I tell you, and I see this every day. Every time I go back to inspect sites that we've completed, and I see people whose houses have been saved. Mrs. Teresa Okafor in War is one typical example. Mrs. Anambra here in Amachala is another typical example. I could name them on ending. And so these are real people. These are real people whose life would otherwise have been really, really badly impacted. But intervention in Newmap has really, put a smile on their face.
Anyone who visits the once scary location today could never associate it with the shadow of Armageddon that it used to be. The ecological balance of the place has been restored, and trees are once again growing in their natural habitat. The Omoba Layout/New Heritage Erosion Site in the commercial city of Onitsha presents a totally different scenario with a far more potent threat to the economy of the entire southeast region. But once again, Newmap was on hand to save the federal highway from imminent collapse and save the economy of the region from immediate depression.
Honestly, I must remember that in the year 2010 and 2011 were a serious year, a disastrous year in Omaba here, when it seems that nobody can live again. So, but today, my joy were that the Newmap and the World Bank have intervened. And look at us here standing before the workshop again. But honestly, what we are seeing today, I'm so happy, I'm so grateful.
Indeed, while the devastation wrought on the environment and the lives of the people living in the affected areas cannot be overemphasized, the menace of gully erosion has come with some blessings to some families struggling hard to make a living in the city of Onitsha. There is a growing group of agro-entrepreneurs who have been empowered by Newmap to invest in animal husbandry. Some of them are poultry farmers, some are fish farmers, and some breed snails in commercial quantities to suit the ever-growing appetite of the city.
We are organized by Newmap according to group. We are called CIG, Poultry. We are 23 in number when we started the business. We appreciate their efforts.
Newmap has also carried out a study to mitigate the perennial flooding in Onitsha metro area and its immediate environs. Known as Onitsha Stormwater Management Master Plan, the idea is to understand flood and drainage discharge patterns in the wet and dry seasons, with intent on developing a lasting solution for Onitsha and its environs.
Anambra is the worst in erosion in the whole of Africa. We have 972 very active erosion sites, and with World Bank we're intervening on 14 now, 14 sites. So it's nothing, 14 taken out of 972. So we are appealing to the federal government, the World Bank, to continue to assist us, since we still pay our counterpart funding for this project. That will go a long way in helping to stabilize the erosion sites that we have in Anambra State.
All things considered, the government of Anambra State, in partnership with the World Bank through and the Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project Newmap, have shown what an organized community should do when nature sweeps the carpet from under its feet. It is a simple response: fight back. There is a saying that he that is down needs fear no fall.
We are deemed to be the erosion capital of the world. Maybe not the world, but perhaps in Africa. But the amount of intervention that erosion that we're doing right now is only a drop on the bucket compared to the about 960 geo-reference erosion sites we have across the state. And so we're doing more to draw down more funds to work in more erosion sites. But that process, it's time-consuming, but it's for good reason. The due diligence has to be done. The funding partners have to be satisfied that they're complying. The state government has to be satisfied that it's putting money where we actually have an impact. And therefore, that tripartite arrangement is working in such a way that we are making impact in the lives of people, helping the state government to meet its obligation to the people of Anambra State, as well as ensuring that we in Newmap are executing the mandates as provided to us by the state.
This is a story of hope in the midst of despair. It is the story of the new Anambra State, where the governor of Anambra State, Chief Willie Obiano, have come to say to the threat of gully erosion, enough is enough. And what's more, they said it with the vigorous voice of Newmap.